Hello, my beautiful people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Depends where you are in the world. It's evening where I am, and uh, just relaxing time, but it's not as quiet as what I'm used to. It's a little noisy here, and probably you will hear some voices, some noise around. So just excuse me for that because it's a different place and I'm traveling at the moment, and I just wanted to reach out to you no matter where I am, and just continue talking to you. So I hope you're keeping well and you're keeping safe and you're healthy and your family and everyone is healthy in your family. Um, all is well and you're happy. That's the most important thing. Um, in my previous video, I was talking about the the differences that we have created, self-created differences, and for our own benefits, and because and not everybody is benefiting from it, but obviously a certain uh, class, would the word you use, class, because I'm speaking here in words, so I would have to use the words that have been um, used for whatever expression they're using it for. So when it comes to the word class, although I can't relate to it, I've never understood this word. I don't know what it means seriously, but I actually want to still, obviously, when I talk about it, I have to use this word. So yes, it's a self-created thing, and it's something that is not really creating convenience for us or comfort. It's actually causing more problem, and it's separating people, separation, this division of purely because of one thing, and that one thing actually makes, according to the world, or some people, actually the most of the people, that is something that makes all the difference. But I'll say in a bad way, not in a good way, not all in a good way. It's good because, and I'm not anti money person. I don't hate money, of course not. I know it's very important to live a happy and balanced life. I mean, happy is not the word. Happiness does not come from money, but yes, comfort does, convenience does. And then obviously, you also feel at ease if you have enough to provide for your needs and your family's needs, and so we all know that. But actually, things are going over the top. They are gone over the top. It's really beyond our control. It has become a symbol of status. It has become a symbol of who you are. It has become your identity. It has become your your everything, actually. And that is something which is scary. It's really scary because it's only damaging us as humans. When you talk about, like, where I am at the moment, currently I'm in Pakistan. Here there are only two, again I'll use the same word, classes. There are only two classes. One is very high upper class and the other one is the lower class. Two extremes. So the people who are here, they're really going high up, and the one down, they're going, down and down and down, which is sad. And the ones who are here, they're becoming, there's a difference in being selfish, self-focused, and self-aware. Now, self-aware is somebody who is keeping a check on what they're thinking, how they're feeling, what they're saying, what they're doing, how their actions and their words are affecting other people, and how everything is actually taking place in their life or the other people's lives because of their contribution in this life, in a good way or the bad way. So that is something that is called being self-aware. when it comes to self-focused, this is the AC's noise, the air conditioning is on. So when it comes to self-aware, self-focused, that is totally, that is selfish. So that's like me, and it's my world start. Your world starts from you and it finishes at you. That's true, but you have to see it in more realistic way, not in all needy and greedy way. It's like, oh, the world is revolving around me. No, your world is revolving around you, but the world is not revolving around you. It will never revolve around you. And if you think like just because you're financially established and financially strong, then the world should revolve around you, then it's a very negative concept of this little convenience which we call money. Because we are, if we have more than enough, then I think as human beings we should be more generous, more open-minded, more open-hearted, and more helpful to other people. The people who are obviously not as privileged as we are. Instead of looking down at them and thinking like, okay, we are in a different class, they're in a different class. I was quite surprised when I heard somebody saying that, oh, it's okay, we especially do the things for the people who can pay more, and people who can pay less, they can get anything. But it's a very negative and selfish way of looking at the things. This division, this separation is creating a vacuum, and it's chaotic. It's an emotional chaos. You can't buy the world. And if you even bought it in your eyes, you thought like, I can buy anything and everything. The things that you really need to be you and to be alive, you can't buy them. You can go to the best hospital when you fall sick. You can go to the best doctor. You can pay the big amount of money. You can get everything. God forbid if a rich man or somebody who can afford it, if they go in coma or something, if they're unconscious, they can be on that ventilator, that life support machine for a few years. But are they alive? Are they able to buy life? Like life for life? No. They're only buying the oxygen. That is only just keeping them going. They couldn't buy life. You can't buy life. This is your limitation. Whoever is watching it, whether they're liking it or they're not, but this is the truth of life. Not everything is sellable. Not everything can be bought. So there are certain things where and those are the things that actually are the realities of life. They are the actual things in life, such as your breath. You can't buy it. Your health. You can't buy it. You can go to the doctor, but when it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. No matter what you do. It comes from a pure soul. It comes from a good thought. It comes from good feelings, good emotions. That they enhance it. They strengthen your soul and your well-being. But if you're getting empty from inside and you're accumulating outside, you're nothing but just a pile of something. And it's really sad. And the people who can't afford the things, again, they're also jeopardizing their humanity and their existence by not looking at themselves as humans. The ones who are here, if they created this class system for their own benefit, or they said, well, because money can buy anything, they created this complex, well, not a nice thing, but it makes sense. But why you're promoting it? Why you keep saying, I can't afford this, I can't afford, so it makes me less human? Why are you going in that inferiority complex? Whether it's a superiority complex or inferiority complex, both are wrong. Both are horrible. Both are dangerous. So the ones who are sitting here and thinking like, oh, I'm, superior than anybody else, or I'm something, they're wrong. They need a wake-up call. And nature gives them a wake-up call. Sometimes it's a very big hit. Some people wake up before that, some people wait for that actually, unconsciously. The people who are here, they also need to understand that they also need a wake-up call of some kind, that why you're promoting it. I mean, you're an ordinary, now I have to express these things in the words. Ordinary, nobody's ordinary, everybody's special in my eyes, in God's eyes. But anyway, when we say ordinary, it means like a common man, right? Common, we're all common actually. So a shopkeeper, he's selling, he's got the division. So he's saying, this is for the very expensive imported stuff, so and stuff, this stuff. So this is for the people who can afford it. And then he's got some stuff there, just like, anyone can buy it, just, it's like cheap stuff. So you are creating in everything. You go on a flight, you go on a train, anywhere in the life, wherever you go, this man-made prison of, material world is actually not doing any good to anybody. Sometimes I feel like, seriously? I can't believe it. Nobody's different. What makes you different or superior or better than anybody, if you want to go by these words, is how you behave. Are your morals, your emotional state, your loving heart, your pure intentions, your hard work, your thoughts, positive thoughts. They make you obviously a human. And then you can also lift the other ones up by probably radiating that positivity and beauty out of you, because it radiates for sure, 100%. So they will definitely feel it. So if you are yourself and you're all pure, no matter how they are, doesn't matter. You don't change for them. And they will not change for you, but they will change for what you're radiating. But you just have to be patient. You don't have to push or force anybody or tell people, look, I'm teaching you now, become this or that. No. All you need to do is just be yourself. If you are yourself, the world will benefit from it. Yourself means like what a human should be, not what you choose to be. No, that comes later. Your personal choice is one thing, but as a human, your place is something that is already been set by nature, by God, whatever you want to call it. Human, a pure soul, somebody who is untouched by any negativity or bad emotions or bad feelings or bad thoughts or hatred or anger or anything, or greed, then it all comes in because we let it in, and I keep talking about it. So just take those layers off, peel the onion, and I'm sure you will find yourself. Once you find yourself, then work on yourself. Just work on yourself. You will not have to work on anybody. Just work on yourself. Once you worked on yourself, you'll be fine, because you will radiate that energy and the other people will benefit from it. And your surroundings and your environment will fall in place automatically, without an effort, without lifting a finger. So do that, please. And if you're privileged financially, I will say, don't miss out on being a human. No matter where you stand in your life financially, doesn't matter. What matters is where you stand in yourself as a human in this world. That matters. That needs a check. And I'm not nobody to judge, but I think so many people would have to they would have to put an effort to find himself, because they've been buried over the years. They did not even look at themselves, and they got buried again, under this pile of, my needs and my greeds and material world and all that stuff. So that actually, it does really make a lot of difference. Sorry, my other phone was just going pum pum. So basically the thing is, you just have to work on yourself, whether you're here or you're here. Okay, nobody's decided you should be here or you should be here. And I said that in my some video, maybe last video, I think. If we were to be, stamped like, okay, I'm middle class, lower middle class, upper class, or elite class, or whatever class, it would be here or somewhere, I can't find it. I really looked hard for it. I couldn't find that stamp. It's not written anywhere. I can assure you. You can search your body, your hair, your head, your every part of your body. You will not find that stamp anywhere. So who did it? It's just man-made. So it's not something that is reliable. It's only for somebody's convenience. Somebody did it because they wanted to benefit from it. And then somebody else increased it because they wanted to benefit from it. It's all coming out of a very wrong place. It's not coming out of a good, pure heart. So all this, when you become selfish, that's a negative energy. And then you don't radiate nothing. You just go in darkness. You're just going down and down and down. Financially, wherever you are, doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, because then you're not rich. You're just financially established for this world, but you're not rich. Rich is when you can feel, when you can think positive, when you can be helpful, when you can be a human, then you're rich. And if you're sitting on a floor and you don't have enough to eat, and you don't have much money in your wallet or in your pocket, maybe you're jobless, maybe you have nowhere to sleep or to live, but you're a human, then you're rich. Now, these are man-made words: rich, poor. In some other language, the same words are going, the same, the words will be different, but the meaning will be the same. So it's like the words saying, we are actually using everything for our own convenience. The world has been, we have created our own world, and we're just doing it, we're just actually doing it according to our own convenience. But that's a personal convenience, the thing is, they've been, if you go into history, you will read about so many people who actually, according to them, they created their own heaven. They thought like they were gods. They were immortal. They would never die. They thought like they were like a supreme power, God forbid. Where are they now? I would like to know. But on the other hand, the people who thought like they were humans and they behaved like human, people love them. People still talk about them respectfully. So what you earn in the name of money, that is not yours. That's only for now, for here. But what you earn in the name of love, respect, like real respect, not that worldly respect, like I respect you because you're this and that. No. When people can connect with you, when people love you, that's the time when you have earned something. Then you're rich, if you want to use this word, rich. Sometimes I find the words are only there to say what we want to say. Unfortunately, probably, I don't know, people are just too stuck in, like, we're all words now. Like sharing is caring, but it's very limited sharing. You don't see it in practice. And mind your own business, or the other things like that. There's so many words. Like human, we're just, because obviously we need expression. We are obviously here to express. We need to express ourselves, and then probably that's why obviously we needed words. But even the people who can't speak, they express themselves, in other ways. And you must have noticed, like somebody who can't speak or can't see or can't hear, God is giving them increased some other power in those people. So it's not like anybody's lacking. Nobody's lacking anything. Nature is just full of generosity and love. God is love. Then this word God, you can call God, Bhagwan, Allah, whatever you want to, Vaheguru, whatever you want to call. But one supreme power, somebody who created everything. Some people say, well, they just talk about science and everything. This is science did this and physics and all that. And so physics, I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is like science has been helpful in, to some extent. But it hasn't got it all yet. And I don't think it ever will. Because even after all these years, only 5% of this beautiful machine, this human body, is being learned about. And yes, science has been helpful, because when it comes to, like, God forbid, if somebody's had an accident or they need an operation, so obviously it's like an emergency. But there are so many other ways where you can see the destruction, and destruction is quite dangerous actually, that is being done by this these scientific ways. So there's good and bad in everything. I'm not saying that it's only science. This is, whatever. So there's a balance. We are the one who are upsetting this balance. We are the one who are making everything go out of balance. And that is because we don't want to work the way nature created us. We want to do the things in our way, according to what we feel is right. We strayed away from the natural ways, and we're going farther and farther away from that, and we're not benefiting from it. It's not all beneficial. Guys, there are a few things that you can probably pick on and say, hey, we did this and we're benefiting from it. But there's so many things that you can see, like, oh God, we wish we wouldn't have done it. And then there are things like mobile phones or so many other, so much other stuff in technology. So if you use it like for, I feel blessed. I feel very happy that, wherever you are, you can keep in touch with your family and with your friends and everybody, and you don't have to wait to come home and then go on your landline and talk. So yes, and then you can send the messages, but you have to keep it in control. You have to keep it in a balance. People just forget about that balance. They just go crazy, as they are going crazy. I think I've done a video on the mobile phones. Like it's like you have lost that, especially the coming generation. They will not identify themselves as social animals, because all they're interacting with, even with the humans, through the machines. There's no personal contact. There's no personal interaction. You don't see their smile. You don't see their twinkling eyes. You don't hear their voice. You don't get to hug them. You're sending them hearts. It's like you've got so many to throw away. There's only one. Keep it safe. I really find it quite interesting when people send you a message and they send you hearts. Oh, I love you, mom, or I love you, sister, or I love you, so-and-so, whatever. And then hearts. It's just a picture. That's not a heart. The heart is priceless, and it's only one. And it's a muscle, but it's your life. You can't just keep giving it to people just like that. So yeah, so that means it means nothing, right? And if you're trying to show them, tell people like by showing that heart symbol, like, oh, I love you, and you're saying in those words, like you're trying to, because you write it, so obviously you've lost the power of sound because the voice is not there. And that your expression, that, you know, when we speak, then variation in our voice and everything to express, that is not there. The person's face is not there. So because you're missing out on so much, so you're trying to make it a little more impressive, or create an impact by just putting that heart symbol there. So that means you do realize that your words are not really as powerful just when you write them and send them away. Words are very powerful, but you know, they become more powerful with human voice and with the human expressions, and then facial expressions, and then body language. It just, it's a cure, guys. This is a cure. It's you know, it's a free medicine. Sitting together, talking to each other, hugging each other. And I'm not saying do it all the time. All I'm saying is, like, you know, but that is really also very important. You know, don't sit in the same room and talk to each other on messaging. No. People are messaging each other when sitting in the same room. You know, same family, living in the same house. It's your child's birthday. Before you wish your child, or even if once you wish them, you want the world to know that this. Somebody's getting married in your family, you want the world, it's all over the social media. On one hand, you're saying, oh, my private life, I respect my life, my family, and all that stuff. On the other hand, you're all public. Your life is not your life anymore. If you pay attention, you will see how much you become public. You're just literally, it's all commercialism. For your personal things, you're using social media 24 hours. I don't want to say any platform's name here, but seriously, there are a couple of platforms where I feel like why people, the only thing they don't post there is like how many times they went to toilet. Other than that, everything is there. What they're eating, when they're sleeping, what they're doing, how they're feeling, everything is there. Why? Who are you telling this to? Even only today I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about, like, you know, no matter how many friends you've got, like if you think like, oh, the whole world is my friend, I feel like the whole world is my friend. But when it comes to like friends, I know I've got few. Literally, I can count on my fingertips, because you don't connect with everybody. I do, but to some extent, it's, you know, it doesn't become that personal as it becomes with your friends. And to be honest with you, the friends I had 20 years ago or 25 years ago, I still have the same friends. Some, obviously, some new friends as well, but I don't have so many friends, you know. On the other hand, obviously, I connect with everybody and I talk to everybody, and I feel I love everybody. I do. I know it's hard for some people to believe, but I love everybody. I do. Because I don't love them for them. I love them for myself, and because I'm a human. You know, I'm all love. So how I would not love anybody? It's not an effort. It's not something that I do, you know, put an effort in and then do it. No, it just happens. It's a feeling that actually flows in you, within you. Anyway, oh God, the video is 28 minutes and 2 seconds, 3 seconds now. Right, 4 seconds now, 5 seconds, 6. Okay, it's increasing. Before it comes to 30 minutes, I think, guys, I should say, have a very good time wherever you are, evening, morning, night, and keep safe and look after yourself, and just think about what I said. If you've got to this point in this video, then I really appreciate your time, and I'm so thankful to you for listening to this message. And look after yourself, keep smiling, because life is beautiful.